All right, my dogs, we have the camera set up. If anything comes around, y'all bark and let us know, okay? Yeah, Jasmine, thank you. Good evening, folks. I am Martha, and I welcome you to the homestead. We have something suspicious going on at night here. We think we know what it is, and I'm going to set up a camera to see if we can't figure it out for sure. If you see the field line there, where the grass comes up high, something is breaking it down. And if you see brown spots in the yard, they're rooting that up. What would do that? Well, armadillos, they can do some rooting. But with all that action going on in the field line there and the high stuff, we're pretty sure it's wild boar. Another reason we think it's wild boar is because one got hit on the road a couple weeks ago. Plus a big tree out here by the road also with signs of rooting up, and our brother Junior said it's probably the hogs getting the acorns. I'm going to back up our old pickup truck, which was my daddy's. He passed away in 2010 and the truck is now ours, but it's old and has some dings in yet that he put in, and I don't care at all. It just makes it extra special. We have a monitor here which is not being used right now. We have a very nice game camera. But if you don't know how to set a game camera up, it doesn't do you look good. So we need to go to YouTube University or something and try to figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to back up the truck, build up that I don't have to have the window open very much, but I don't want the monitor to have to go through glass to see what's going on. So why don't I do that? If it's hogs, sure enough, then we can tell whoever that it's hogs and we need help. So let me get the truck backed up. Okay. I'll check the monitor in the house and see how it picks up. I don't know what we're going to do if it is wild hogs, because if they're coming more and more in the yard, that's one thing. Earlier they were staying in the back, and now it was in the front yard, and now back here. Something's got to go if it is them. But I told Dorothy they're just trying to survive. Okay. Thanks for being with me while I was setting this up, and if we see anything, well, I'll give you a report in the morning if we see anything. If something's out here, our dogs will let us know. So, it's many a time they're out here barking at night, and we don't know what all they see. By the way, the last trip that I know that my mom and dad took, Mom's dad lived in Georgia, and she would have liked to have gone to see him. And we were a little leery about them hitting the road by themselves, but we thought, well, let them go. So we got the truck all cleaned up. It was spotless for them, inside and out. And they were so tickled. Dad was so tickled to be taking his bride to see her dad. Yeah, everything went fine. As children back home, we kept wondering, how is it really going? But they made it back home safe, and they went in this truck. All right, my dogs, we have the camera set up. If anything comes around, y'all bark and let us know, okay? Yeah, Jasmine, thank you. You tell me you'll let us know? Good girl. Well, this confirms our suspicion, and that is that we have wild hogs coming into our yard. They stayed in the field for a long time, and then they ventured into the yard. About 12:30, I could see dark spots here and there, and by about 2 o'clock, they were coming out into the yard. Yes, I was up at that time. I was awake at that time. It's frustrating, but we'll see what happens. So if you have any tips and tricks on how to distract boar from your property or how to get them gone, just let me know. Thank you. Good morning on this beautiful morning. I'm having to do a chore that I've never done before, so I thought I'd bring you with me. Make it a little bit more bearable. Anyway, on my way to do my chore. Here's part of the reason I had to keep my dogs safe and just, yeah. They are there. And I'm just going to turn around. And that's where the hogs were coming into the yard. And that's when he reached out for help. So what am I needing to do this morning that I've never done before? When we reached out for help, we were hooked up with someone who does this professionally. A friend of ours knows him, so we could trust that. We can't bear the thought of animals suffering, even if it is a wild hog. The company that reached out to us, the way they handle it is a way that we like the best. And that is just to shoot them on the spot and get it over with. Instead of trapping them and then taking them to reserve somewhere, letting them loose, and then hunters come in and hunt them. And that happens. So, what they do is they put corn down, and then when the hogs come to eat the corn, they put the corn in a row, and when the hogs come to eat the corn, they're lined up to the row of corn, and they said one shot could take out multiple hogs. They were by the other night, and they saw a hog before it even got to the corn pile, and they took it out. It was one hog, but in essence they took out 10 hogs because she was pregnant. And she had 9 babies. They removed 9 babies. And let me tell you, I can smile about it now, but no one can ever say that tears weren't shed over a wild hog, because that had me all teared up. Here the hogs are, just trying to survive. I gave the okay to take them out, and then the thought came to me, well, at least she was still pregnant and they didn't realize she's nursing babies somewhere, and here the babies are without the mama now. So that comforted my heart a little bit, but sometimes we just have to do what we have to do, even though it hurts. We really do appreciate Hog Skin Creek Outfitters helping us out, and if we ever need them again, we're going to give them a call. So my chore this morning, that was 2 nights ago, my chore this morning is to check the corn pile, see if it's still there. I said if it's just nibbled at, deer have probably been there. But if the whole pile's devoured, then the hogs are back. But they didn't know that they'd come back the very next night. It might take them a couple nights to circulate and get back here again. So we're checking the corn row. And now I feel like I'm walking in flea tick infested area because see the ground here? Right now the sun is bright, I can't see, but the ground is here and here of where they have been already. And back there, I see the corn row, it's still there. Let me see if it was nibbled at, see if the deer found it. Everything looks intact. So I think they're probably correct that the hogs were not back unless they just didn't venture up this far. Now let me go in and call them and let them know. Thanks for coming with me to check this out. It's something that I'm not that thrilled about, but like I say, sometimes you just do what you gotta do. Okie dokie. Alrighty folks, I'm out here at the corn row, except I'm going the other way so you can see Theo and Juliana. But the corn row's been nibbled at, which is probably deer. But the main pile's still there. By the way, I was so concerned about the dogs, and then I stepped it off to our back door, and it was like 45 steps from our back door to where the hogs were. I do recognize this wild hog situation is major. It has done... There's a bee at my camera, at the tripod thing. They can do havoc to farmers' crops and to gardens and that type of thing. And it's not just a localized problem in this area, but it's nationwide. So I recognize that, and like I say, we do what we got to do. Thanks for being with us on this hog journey. Our first time experience with it. As you could tell, I was upset. Not only that they were here, but that we had to actually take one out. Anyway, so much for that. Where's the bird? And that was a mockingbird, and that reminds me of my mom. She loved mockingbirds, and when she was in the house working, so it didn't matter if she was at the front of the house and then went back to the back end of the house, if she was having a down moment and felt like she needed her spirits lifted, the Lord would send the mockingbird to that end of the house to sing for her. So anytime I see a mockingbird, I think of her, and it's sitting up there on top of the tree. Hey birdie, I'm your friend. I wouldn't harm your babies for nothing. That's right. Why don't you fly so everyone can see you good? Fly so everyone can see you. There you go. Thank you, birdie. Well, the mockingbird was a happy note to end on. So with that, we'll bring this hog story to a close. Thank you for joining me. And now I invite you to stay tuned for the golden thought. Hi, and we welcome you to the golden thought of this episode. I'm Martha, and I'm here with Marvin, our very special brother. He's also my twin brother, and he's better known as Buddy. I love the positive thoughts that pop up on Facebook and the people who have shared it, and this happens to be shared by one of our neighbors. So I will read it. Anxiety happens when you think you have to figure it out all at once. Breathe. Be strong. You've got this. Take it day by day. So often when things happen in life, we can get anxious about it, and we want to figure it out all at once and know how the end is going to be all at once. We don't have to do that. We need to breathe. We need to be strong. Know that we've got this with Jesus' help, and take it day by day. We hope you've enjoyed the video today. We always appreciate a like, and when people share our videos on their social media, it helps our channel to grow. And with that, we'll bring this episode to a close. Thank you, and God bless. Our buddy's tired. He's about to catch a nap, aren't you, buddy? I know. Yes. You're looking sharp today. Uh-huh.